Hi, I'm Colin and welcome to How to Paint Watercolours. So if you're ready, we'll get started and we'll paint this one. Now that's dry, I've re-wet the back two mountains here, and I'm just going to give the first one a coat of the sky colour, just a touch more red in it, only a thin coat. I want most of this to show through the red underneath, and I'm just tapping this in. The board is set at an angle so it will flow downwards, but you can see the red underneath now showing through some darker spots. Then with a damp brush I'm going to just fuzz up the edge and allow the paint to creep all the way down, and you'll end up with a very slight misty line at the bottom of this mountain. And on this one I'm just going to put some straightforward French ultramarine in. I'm going to leave that to dry. Now that the background's mountain's dry, I've just re-wet this one and I'm going to put some French ultramarine in this one as well. Peel it off as it comes to the bottom, getting stronger this time. French ultramarine, burnt umber with the permanent rose in it, and light red. So with the board set at an angle, this will be allowed to drift down. I want it to get lighter as it comes here. I'm going to just shoot some red into that. Leave that to drift for a moment or two. Bring some more into here, darken this. I'm going to put a little bit of detail on this one, not too much. I do want some of the underlying snow to show through. I'm going to take some water once again and re-wet this. Just touch the other colour. Just mixing all the colours in. French ultramarine, burnt umber, some of the red, making it a very dark violet. With the brush I'm just going to fade this edge in. A bit lighter on this edge as the light's coming through. Dropping a little bit of the red in. Just softening that in. Maybe just a touch up here as well on this mountain peak. damp brush and I'm just fuzzing the edge up for a little bit of separated mist, and then we're going to let that dry. I've just re-wet the background mounting, well, this mounting here that's dry with some clean water. You haven't missed anything, and I'm just going to take some French ultramarine and some of the purple colour and just dust this in at the bottom. Just to create a colour as we're slowly getting darker. Back to our purple again, but this time more French ultramarine and burnt umber. As these mountains are slowly going into the darkness. There's very little detail on these mountains, it's all about the sky really. And this colour will drift into the blue. I also want to drop in some red as well, just where you think you might catch the light coming through, and the underlying wash of colour will subdue this red. And then you're going to let that dry. Let's re-wet the last land area of mountains. This just helps the paint to flow. And once again, French ultramarine. This is going to be really strong. Burnt umber, creating almost like a black with some red in it. Like a really thick colour. And I just want to run some French ultramarine into this to allow the colours to drift together. Taking some of our real dark colour. And I'm starting above the water because I want this one to be reasonably clear. You can see it. A little bit of rough texture. Plenty of paint on the brush. And maybe just a little shot of red here and there. Just tickle it in, just allowing it to show through, very gentle. Might not show up on the camera that, but it is there. Then we're going to allow all this to dry, and then we're going to finish it off with the water. Now it comes to the water. I'm going to take some of the Naples yellow. It's all the colours that are in the sky really, and some of the mountain colour. And I'm going to strengthen everything up. So it's quite a strong mix this. Take some of the red, permanent rose and light red. Taking some of the French ultramarine. Just bringing the colours together. Bring the red into the Naples yellow very gently. Want to bring some of the darker violets in. Just begin to darken it. Darker on this side really. Add some burnt umber and ultramarine to that. once again. Now this is where we can begin to just drop in some reflections, very dark French ultramarine and burnt umber. Some of this background mounting to show. Thicker and darker. I want to enclose the water. And then we're going to leave that to dry. Now that your water's dry, you can put some water lines in, shore lines, and not too many though, and I've done some, so I'm just going to put the last one in just to show you. And with that, that's where you get round to the bit where you get to sign it, mount it and frame it. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, please click the like button and subscribe and leave a comment. Comments are always welcome. All helps with Google's and YouTube's algorithm. And I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.